and warm welcome to join us for this edition of AN English News, and I'm Abdul Ahad Mohammadi. U.S.-led forces are winding down their airstrikes against Taliban insurgents on their own, Western media said on Tuesday. According to reports, peace talks with the Taliban are just getting started, but one major component of Afghan conflict, the air war, is rapidly winding down on its own. In December 2011, NATO planes flew 133 missions in which they fired off their weapons. That's the lowest monthly total in the 3 years, and more than a 50% drop from last December's tally. It came as President Karzai has been asking NATO to cut back on its bombing runs. The international community will need to support Afghanistan for years after ending its combat mission in 2014. NATO's most senior civilian official in the country stressed on Monday failure to provide the funding will put the gains made in the war, the cost of allied lives and resources at risk, Simon Gass warned. He also insisted that Afghan forces, though to take over security in 3 years' time, were making progress, increasingly taking the lead in operations. Their total planned strength of around 352,000 would be adequate to protect the country, he argued.
The shortest route through their orchard. I mean, if we
Finance ministers from Afghanistan and Pakistan decided to lay down a time-bound roadmap of the steps for enhancing cooperation between the two neighboring countries, especially imports of 1,000 megawatts power and gas from Central Asian republics and road link between Pakistan and Tajikistan via Afghanistan, media reports say. Hazrat Umar Zakhilwal and Abdul Hafiz Sheikh discussed the issue during the inauguration of the Afghanistan and Pakistan Joint Economic Commission 8th session, which started in Islamabad on Monday. Pakistan has also agreed to release 700 Afghan commercial cargo containers it had blocked before. Afghan president is urging the Taliban to allow teams conducting a polio vaccination campaign access to areas under their control. Hamid Karzai said in a statement Tuesday that whoever hampers the medical workers is the enemy of our children's future. Afghanistan is one of just 3 nations where polio remains endemic. Last year, the government registered 18 new cases of polio, most of them in the respective southern provinces. That figure was 3 times higher than the total for 2010. The polio virus, which usually infects children in unsanitary conditions, attacks the central nervous system. The old draft travel ban on Afghannews chairman Ahmad Shah Afghanzai by the Attorney General has been annulled after he met with Supreme Court Acting Chief Justice and the Attorney General. Now, based on the order of Chief Justice Abdul Salam Azimi, titular to the Attorney General office, the Attorney General has sent the annulment of Mr. Afghanzai's travel ban to Kabul Airport, Border Police, and other security organizations. It's worth mentioning that last week, the Attorney General office banned Mr. Afghanzai from traveling abroad. Western diplomats said a new Russian draft resolution on the violence in Syria handed to the UN Security Council on Monday was confusing, as the United Nations said that it would start training Arab League observers monitoring the deadly crackdown in Syria within days. The diplomats said that the draft did not make clear if Moscow would accept tough language demanded by the West. They said experts from the 15 council members would meet on Tuesday to discuss the Russian text and an amalgam of rival wording proposals.
Those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document.
Egypt's former President Hosni Mubarak arrived at court in Cairo on Tuesday. A judge last week gave the prosecution and defense until February 16 to make their case in the trial. The prosecution has demanded the maximum penalty, the death sentence for Mubarak and his former Interior Minister Habib al-Adli for their role in the killing of protesters during the revolution which toppled them last February. Mubarak and the other defendants deny responsibility for the death and other charges. Rescue workers are continuing to search for 29 people missing since a cruise ship partially sunk after hitting rocks off the coast of an Italian island, as officials voiced concern that the possible breakup of the striking could trigger an environmental disaster. The Costa Concordia ran aground on rocks off the island of Giglio on Sunday, threatening to plunge the giant vessel and an estimated 2,400 tons of diesel fuel below the Mediterranean waters of the surrounding nature reserve. Giulio Meyer said that the ship was an ecological time bomb amid concerns that the vessel could start leaking oil into the sea. And that's all for now. Thanks for being with us.